Urban beekeeping refers to the practice of keeping bee colonies in urban environments, such as cities and towns. It involves the management of beehives by individuals, communities, or organizations within the constraints of an urban setting. Urban beekeeping has gained popularity as people recognize the importance of bees and other pollinators for the environment and food production. Supporting pollinators in the city is essential for biodiversity and the health of ecosystems. Here's an overview of urban beekeeping and how you can support pollinators in an urban environment. Urban beekeeping. Beehive placement. In urban areas, beehives are typically placed on rooftops, balconies, or in community gardens. The location should provide access to forage areas with a variety of blooming plants. Beekeeping regulations. Check local regulations and obtain any necessary permits before starting urban beekeeping. Some cities have guidelines or restrictions regarding the number of hives, hive placement, and beekeeping practices. Beekeeper education. Before starting an urban beekeeping venture, educate yourself about beekeeping practices, hive management, and the specific needs of honeybees. Attend workshops, join local beekeeping associations, and connect with experienced beekeepers for guidance. Bee-friendly plants. Plant a variety of bee-friendly plants in your garden or balcony. Choose flowers, herbs, and shrubs that provide nectar and pollen throughout the seasons. Native plants are especially beneficial for local pollinators. Water sources. Provide a water source for bees. A shallow dish with pebbles or marbles for bees to land on can help prevent drowning. Bees need water for hydration and to cool the hive. Pesticide-free practices. Avoid using pesticides and herbicides in your garden. Opt for organic and bee-friendly alternatives to protect pollinators from harmful chemicals. Support local beekeepers. Purchase honey and other bee-related products from local beekeepers. Supporting local beekeepers helps sustain their businesses and contributes to the overall health of beekeeping communities. Educate your community. Raise awareness about the importance of pollinators and the role of bees in food production. Engage with your community through workshops, talks, or educational events to promote bee-friendly practices. Bee-friendly infrastructure. Advocate for bee-friendly urban planning and landscaping. Encourage the inclusion of pollinator-friendly plants in public spaces, green roofs, and other urban infrastructure projects. Beekeeping workshops. Organize or participate in beekeeping workshops to share knowledge and skills with others in your community. Collaborate with local organizations or beekeeping associations to host educational events. Maintain healthy hives. Regularly inspect and maintain your beehives to ensure the health and well-being of the bee colony. Address any issues promptly and follow best practices for hive management. Supporting pollinators in the city. Pollinator-friendly gardens. Plant a diverse range of flowers, herbs, and shrubs that attract pollinators. Create pollinator-friendly spaces in your garden, on balconies, or in community areas. Provide habitat. Install bee hotels, birdhouses, and other structures that provide shelter for pollinators. These features create nesting sites for solitary bees and other beneficial insects. Reduce lawn areas. Minimize large, manicured lawns in favor of more natural and diverse landscaping. Allow wildflowers and native plants to grow, providing additional forage for pollinators. Avoid pesticides. Choose organic and pesticide-free gardening practices. Pesticides can harm bees and other pollinators, so opt for natural pest control methods when needed. Community gardens. Support or participate in community gardens that prioritize pollinator-friendly practices. These spaces provide opportunities for shared resources and collaborative efforts. Educational initiatives. Collaborate with local schools, community centers, and environmental organizations to implement educational initiatives about the importance of pollinators and how to support them. Advocate for green spaces. Advocate for the creation and preservation of green spaces in urban planning. Green roofs, parks, and community gardens contribute to the overall well-being of pollinators. Participate in citizen science. Contribute to citizen science initiatives that monitor and track pollinator populations. Your observations can provide valuable data for researchers studying pollinator health and behavior. Sustainable urban agriculture. Support or engage in sustainable urban agriculture practices. Practices such as agroforestry and permaculture can enhance biodiversity and benefit pollinators. Beekeeping collaborations. Collaborate with local beekeepers or beekeeping organizations to implement beekeeping initiatives in your community. These collaborations can lead to shared knowledge and resources. By adopting bee-friendly practices and supporting pollinators in urban environments, individuals and communities contribute to the health and sustainability of local ecosystems. Urban beekeeping, along with broader initiatives to create pollinator-friendly spaces, plays a vital role in preserving biodiversity and ensuring the well-being of essential pollinators like bees.